Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to your weekly energy update. Before we jump into the update, I did want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers. I'm almost at 500 subscribers, which is halfway to my goal of 1,000 or more. I am having, of course, a YouTube subscriber marathon going on, and once I reach that 1,000 or more, I will be giving away 10 1-hour free personal readings. Also, I've been putting out weekly videos announcing drawings. Yesterday, I just pulled the winners for the 30-minute personal recorded reading. Next week, I'm going to pull the Hedge of Peace and Light winners. And then yesterday, I actually also put out a Wish Upon a Star astrology reading drawing as well that I'll be pulling the week after that. So a lot of drawings going out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate you considering doing so. I'm offering a lot of free things all the time, and I just really appreciate you considering doing that. Now, back to this week. Last week's video that I put out for the weekly energy update, I did talk about all the retrograde, planets. We have, of course, all the outer planets are either in pre-shadow or in retrograde. Mercury joined the retrograde parade, and also Mars just is going to be entering the retrograde, the pre-shadow, which I mentioned. So if you want to check out and see how this Mars retrograde energy is going to be impacting you from September 4th all the way through March of next year, be sure to check out that video as well. In addition to that starting up on September 4th, which of course Venus is the only planet now that is direct for a few weeks, we have this beautiful Pisces full moon that is happening on September 10th. It's going to be at its fullest at 3:58 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So whenever there's a full moon, I talk about reveal and release ceremonies and things like that. I'm going to start calling them unveiling and letting go ceremonies, because we can take the energy of a full moon and really look into it of how we can take the energy of a Pisces moon and have secrets or information or knowledge around these subjects unveiled to us. And then when we are being able to see these things, we're actually able to let them go more easily than we would outside of that moon. Now, Pisces full moon energy, of course, is about the unconscious, subconscious, the hidden, the abstract. It can also deal with our sleep and our dream time too. Of course, Pisces is really known for intuition and spiritual breakthroughs, universal love versus the fear and the chaos and all of that comes with it. Also, our quiet time in creating a sanctuary, with that subconscious stuff too, that part of our brain, art, imagination being expressed. And it can be having this energy, Pisces, we can have this shyness about with that energy. We can feel hidden, like we're hiding ourselves and who we are. So all that energy is there, and physically, Pisces rules the lymphatic system and our feet. So if you have all those things that I mentioned there, you have 10 they're not really wishes, like the new moon you have 10 wishes, but full moons you have like 10 areas, 10 little bullet points that we can opportunities to unveil and let go of things around those subjects. So if you want to create a little ceremony around that, then you understand how you can do that more with that full moon in Pisces energy. So for this reading, we are going to be focusing on just what does Creator and Spirit want us to know about this full moon in Pisces energy, and what areas of our life do they give us advice that we can approach. So I will, of course, be pulling cards for each individual zodiac sign. I'm going to jump into yours right now. All right, Aquarians, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Oracle of the Unicorns. course, any of the cards that I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So if any catch your fancy and you want to have them for yourself, you know where you can locate those. We're just going to be looking to see what energy the Creator wants you to know around this Pisces full moon energy. So for all our Aquarians, what would you like all of us to know? All right, so here we go. Drum roll, you got trust. Love it. And it says, leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward. Believe you will fly. So definitely love this. Trust, trust, trust. And let's take a look here. It's probably the last page. It sure is. So this is your soul is calling on you to take a courageous leap of faith and launch into the unknown. You know deep down that you cannot stay where you are doing the same things in the same way any longer. You know it's time for change. It's time to get out of your comfort zone, to expand and to explore. Yet, a part of you is hesitating. You feel as if you are at the edge of a cliff, not fully believing that when you take the leap, your wings will appear and you will soar. You may be putting off what you know you need to do. You may be avoiding things that scare you and make excuses to stay in your comfort zone. This winged horse wants you to know that she is here to support you and is safe for you to make this change. She reminds you that you have free will and can make this choice. You can give in to fear, stay where you are, and never find out what else is out there for you, or you can have the courage and faith to take a risk. It is time to choose your dreams. Allow yourself to get excited about leaping into the unknown. Let go of the control and choose a life of surprise. It is time to throw caution to the wind. Be courageous and trust. When you are brave and take a leap, your wings will appear and you will soar. Wow, I love that. So definitely, it's time to take a leap. It's time to trust and go for those dreams. If you're not living your dream, then you're not living, you're just existing, right? We'll take a look here too at the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And we'll see what else they would like all the Aquarians to know here. What else about trusting in this dream? So what else for the Aquarians, please? All right, and that's the one right here. And you've got the Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation. And that is card 58. So let's take a look and see what this one brings in. Open right to it. So this is about letting go of self-centeredness and becoming a vessel of possibility. Do you ever wonder if your self-definition has become too rigid, too fixed around what you've come to learn, so that you contract your life into zones of safe versus unsafe? Kind of going together here, ain't it? So this here is okay, but over there, well, that might be too risky. Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are only some of the traits that keep you from evolving. We are all products of our conditioning, so remember that this is part of the human experience. Yet, you are not meant to remain static, seeking only what you expect. Even if it appears ambitious, is still too narrow. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move out of your comfort zone. Oh my gosh, almost exact wording, right? When you focus too much on yourself this way, you become a servant of the ego. It edges God out. That's E-G-O, edges God out, removing the magic of possibility. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing only what you are now. If you can let your self-definition soften, moving beyond the veil to your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. Look again. Who could you be? What would you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be other than how you define yourself now? Nothing less is required of you now. In this moment, let go of who you think you are and allow a new you to emerge. You will recognize yourself as what you are, a partner in co-creation, in service to the divine. Doesn't it feel good? Wow. Loving that for us, Aquarians. I am an Aquarius sun, so I'm right there with you, all you, my other brothers and sisters. I'm loving this because it is taking a jump into our next level of our dream and living, right? So we're also going to look at the Healing Light Tarot here and see what else they would like all of us to know. All right. So, okay, they do want this one, they said. And what else, please, for our Aquarians? Okay, they do want that one, and that one, and that one. What else? Okay, that one. And that one right there. All right. So we did get the Death card, which is quite all right. We are ready for endings and new beginnings, right? We are ready for this rebirth. That's what it's all talking about here. Death to the ego. And it's really not really death to the ego as much as it is fulfillment of the ego. Because when we connect to who we really are and what we want to unfold and how we want to express the unconditional love within us with the world, the ego finally is getting the nourishment that it's been starving for. It's been looking outside of ourselves for all of that which we are told are supposed to fulfill us through relationships, situations, and things, but it's always left us empty and feeling disappointed. But when you're living your dream, then the ego just gets absorbed into this bright light because it's like, I feel fulfilled. I have everything I've been searching for. Finally, I have found the unconditional love because we've tapped into it and we're allowing it to fill us up and overflow out to the world. And so this rebirth includes that completion of our ego. It's joining together. Then I'm going to go to this one next. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So that's the new beginning. Ace of Wands. Wands is your drive, ambition, your passion, inspiration, your energy overall. And the Ace is just like new spark coming in. And this is where all this is coming in here. This next leap, this next step. You have this extra oomph and extra energy to move towards this dream of how you want to express love to the world, and it's going to come in such a powerful way. I love it. Yeah, and then here you go. You have the Four of Wands. So stable energy coming in, but it's also a card of celebration and joy, marriage of sorts. And think of the fours as like a giant table with huge legs. Four huge legs. It's a very solid foundation. So this Ace of Wands coming in here is also bringing a stability of your energy. You don't feel like you're all over the place. You really are getting laser focused. And that's where the stability is coming in here, because you have found what you want to do. And it becomes like, they call it like a North Star in or due north in a lot of corporate life that I spend a lot of time in. It's like they have like, this is your mission and your what you're wanting to achieve, and you always use that as the compass point to see if this new stuff that's coming in is that it might be interesting, it might be urgent, it might even be important, but is it in alignment with what we're trying to achieve and what we want to do? And if it's not, then it's easy to say no to something, or easier, because it's not in alignment. It's going to take resources and money and energy that's not going to take you towards what you're wanting to do. And though it would be nice to do, it's not what you want to do. And so you're able to keep on track with that. So I love that. And then you have the magician. Hello. So new beginnings. That number one, the ace and the number one magician here, which is all about your higher self, which is, by this infinity symbol up here, bringing down that amazing energy down through them as a conduit into the human world, into this physical world. So definitely manifesting and bringing in this dream into the world. So great energy. I am loving this. And then you have the Lover's card. Beautiful. Lover's card does bring in wonderful love energy, but it also is the power of emotional choice. And it shows you that no matter what comes into our life, every moment is very simple. We just make it difficult. But every moment is an emotional choice of either unconditional love connected to the higher realms, or of the fear of losing conditional love, which is attached to the fears of the human side. And so there's this clarity that comes in, simplicity that comes in, and this power of choice that comes in as well, that it doesn't matter what happens and where you're going through, because you're going to be able to be the one to choose what you want to feel through it. You also, outside of the Lover's card, which is about the emotions, we also get to make mental choices every moment and what story we want to put around any situation we're going through. So we hold that power in our hands. And so the fear of the future, the fear of making the leap starts to dissipate when we realize that, everyone on the outside has an opinion about what something is supposed to mean and how you're supposed to feel as you go through it. You get to choose how you want to do it. And that's very Aquarian anyway, right? We don't like the old ways of doing things. We like the quirky, weird, surprising Uranus, planet energy way of doing things. Like, what? You're not supposed to laugh at a funeral? Well, watch this. Ha ha ha. And so this power of choice is coming in very strong. And then the last one is Temperance. So patience, balancing things out, and that is totally okay. Temperance is a lot like the Star card, where they usually will have the alchemy going on, where they're pouring from one cup to another, kind of like the Two of Cups, which is like the Lover's card, where you're pouring emotions and you're changing and transforming things, and which is again very Aquarian energy. The age of Aquarius is about transforming, looking at new ways of doing things, because the old ways are not fitting anymore. So you do have this beautiful balance and patience that comes in, but also very like alchemical, is that how you say it? And transformative energy coming in. And we're also going to pull here from the chakra reading cards and just get the final message for this week, and to see what chakra that the creator feels that you could work with that will benefit the most in making this leap of trust. So we'll take a look here for all Aquarians and see what. Okay, that is the one. So let's take a look. And you have the inner child. Yep. I think this is going to be the heart chakra. It's all green, so I imagine that's what's going in, turning inward and finding that beautiful connection. And it says that this card has been called in for you, and the energy of this card is being brought into your awareness today, because it is time to create in a more fulfilling, loving relationship with your inner child. Each person has within them aspects of the child, those parts of us that can be vulnerable, misunderstood, unloved, not heard, and those wounded feelings we hold on to as children, which is the ego, right? When we take these experiences into our adult life, our connection to the inner child is sometimes forgotten. Have you been beating yourself up lately, or been down on yourself and allowed people and situations in your life to affect you negatively? Pulling this card today highlights that you are currently reacting to a situation from the perspective of the inner child. Old wounds may be opened, and you may feel trapped and confused. Know that it's time to give your inner child some love and care. Take some time to tune in to this wounded being who lives within you. Ask what he or she requires in order to heal. You may feel drawn to go and see a healer or to simply take some quiet time to engage in an inner dialogue with this part of you. Whatever is required, know it's a powerful time of healing and breaking free from these old restraints. It's time to set your inner child free and allow this aspect of you to feel safe, loved, and heard. It is time to be fully engaged and present with your inner child to allow deep connection and healing. Love, love, love is the key. It is also very important to allow the inner child out to play. Life can become so serious and we forget to play, create joy, and have fun. When was the last time you played and felt like a kid? What does your inner child want to do? Go play on a swing? Dance, paint, go to the beach? It's time to let your inner child express himself or herself with play and joy. The affirmation for this card is, my inner child is free to express love and joy. Yes, it's time to live your dream. You know, when we're younger children, before someone bursts our bubble, tells us what we're supposed to do and should do, and they hand us a dream, we have so many dreams, and we see the world as full of possibilities, like that card said too. And so it's returning back to that childlike state. Now, inner child work is so beautiful. I've been doing a ton of it this year. And there's this beautiful book called The Presence, Presence, The Presence Process by Michael Brown. I highly recommend it if you want any guidance in a tool to help you with that connection with your inner child. It's so beautiful. It's so healing. It's a life-changing book. So I don't get anything for it. I'll put a link down in the description box below if you want to check that out as well. So loving this for all of us Aquarians. And if you are looking for even more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, if you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things, it helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video or you share a video, if you comment on the video, and especially subscribing to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited it does want to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. I have also recently added a sliding price scale for most of my services, so that allows you to pick a price point that's more in attunement or alignment with your budget, so it allows a little more flexibility there too. All right, beautiful Aquarians, as you go through this amazing week, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.